it's a terrible business. I mentioned about half an hour ago Cory Booker and this sort of fake African proverb that he used about. He said, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. One of these African proverbs of amazingly universal application. And I said there's no such thing as an African proverb. And Dr. Sam Hall tweeted, Mark Steyn online says there's no such thing as an old African saying because Africans are too busy with tribal warfare. Cool racism, bro. Actually, that's not what I said, Dr. Sam Hall. And actually, people who think there's such a thing as an African proverb are the racists, if we're going to bandy around that increasingly worthless term, a way of labeling people rather than actually engaging with what they said. For example, Dr. Sam Hall, you wouldn't say there was a European saying. Nobody would say, oh, that's a European saying. If I said, it's not cricket, old boy, you wouldn't say that's a European saying. You'd say that's an English saying, because that's what it is. Because there are English sayings. There are, just within the British Isles, there are English sayings, Scottish sayings, Irish sayings, Welsh sayings. Just within Scandinavia, there are Swedish sayings, Danish sayings, Norwegian sayings, Finnish sayings. Just within the Baltic states, there are Estonian sayings, there are Latvian sayings, there are Lithuanian sayings. So if you're talking about an African proverb, you're a racist. Because you're failing to distinguish between the many tribes and cultures that make up that continent. Oh, they're all just Africans to me. Can you tell one African from another when they're hurling some amusing African proverb at you? That's what Dr. Sam Hall thinks an African proverb is. Someone in the Sudan does not have a lot of contact with someone in Matabele land. So someone in the Sudan will have a completely different proverb from someone in Matabele land. And for evidence of that, look no further than Hillary Clinton. I mentioned that it takes a village to raise a child is some African saying no known African has ever actually said. But in her autobiography, she said, what you don't learn from your mother, you learn from the world, is a saying I once heard from the Maasai tribe in Kenya. I don't know whether she heard it from any particular Maasai tribesman or whether the entire Maasai tribe yelled it out in unison as her motorcade passed by. But she at least understood after the it takes a village nonsense that it helps to narrow it down. If you're seriously interested in the opinions of Africans and their ancient proverbs, you should be able to narrow it down to a particular corner of Africa. It helps make it more convincing. Dr. Hall. So instead of yelling racism, you might actually want to consider that when you talk about Africa, that's a landmass, and that actually real African proverbs are particular to very particular corners. Now, I was looking up this one that Cory Booker said. If you want to go far, go alone. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. A supposed African proverb. As far as I can tell, it actually traces back to Al Gore, who said, if you want to go quick, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. We have to go far quickly. Former Vice President Al Gore told a packed, wrapped house at the Benedict Music Tent in 2007, I believe this was, when he was saying that there were only 10 years left to mitigate global warming. So in other words, we should have been fried for 2 years by now. Mankind should have been extinct for 2 years. He says, if you want to go quick, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. We have to go far quickly. So in other words, we have to go alone together. We have to go together alone. I don't know what he's trying to say there. But again, it's just the usual so-called fake African proverb of universal application. And I tell you, I think one of the great services, and it doesn't matter whether you're conservative or you're liberal, but if you actually take politics seriously, you ought to appreciate this. One of the things that Trump did in a couple of years ago is the whole stupid fakeness of presidential politicking, where you just do, what do I need? I'm thinking of running for president. Can you go and find me an African proverb. Oh, any particular part of Africa you'd like your proverb to be from? Oh, for heaven's sake, get out of here. Just find me an African proverb of universal application. Fake, stupid, fake rubbish. Elizabeth Warren now, apparently her dog... Elizabeth Warren, now that the fake Cherokee thing... By the way, that could just as easily be, oh, there is an ancient Cherokee folk saying, if you want to go far, go alone. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Unless you want to go and be affirmative action Harvard Law School first woman of color, and then you can go far alone if you pretend to be Cherokee. The whole business, now that Cherokee thing's gone nowhere, she's talking about her dog, Elizabeth Warren. Her dog is supposedly, we're asked to believe her dog is an internet sensation. Her dog has got an equivalent of the Ditto cam, a doggy cam. So now people are interested. People have no interest that, now she's trying to win back the Cherokee vote that she's lost by interesting people in what her dog's doing over the weekend. When she's making campaign appearances, what the dog is doing back home is posted up on the internet, and so everyone can see what Hillary Clinton's dog is doing. Not Hillary Clinton's, Elizabeth Warren's dog is doing. Trump actually was more genuine when he said, they say they wanted me to get a White House dog, but I thought it would just seem completely fake. That's a great line. Of course it's completely fake. When you're Elizabeth Warren and you're like pimping out your pooch out onto the campaign trail as some kind of fake-o internet sensation, that's nothing real. No one's interested. No one's going to vote for Elizabeth Warren because her dog's got a Ditto cam. This is ridiculous. That's just what... Oh, and look here, the fawning coverage from Politico. Warren's top surrogate is big on social media and has 4 legs. Bailey, the golden retriever. And its name, Bailey is named the golden retriever after the protagonist in the motion picture It's a Wonderful Life. DG, did you focus group that one, Senator Warren? Oh, Bailey, you can get a morning Bailey email every morning with a photo. She's posting them to her Instagram, and you can sign up and get a picture of Elizabeth Warren's dog, Bailey. I love Trump when he said, I wouldn't mind having a dog, but I don't have time, Trump said. And he was told it would be good politically, but it feels a little phony to me. That's it. When a dog becomes something that would be good politically, it's not a dog anymore. Hillary's Southern accent makes a comeback in Selma, Alabama. Hillary was in Selma, Alabama, and she brought back her Southern accent, her fluctuating Southern accent. Sometimes she has it, sometimes she doesn't, but she's brought it back for the 45th anniversary, 54th anniversary of Bloody Sunday in Selma, Alabama. And everyone is thinking that she's brought the fake Southern accent back because that's a sign she's running for president. So Hillary has the fake accent back. Elizabeth Warren, the fake Indian, has got herself a fake dog to distract from the fake Indian scandal. Cory Booker has got himself a fake African proverb. And, as the old proverb of the Maasai tribe in Kenya says, if you can fake authenticity, you've got it made. That's the Democrats in campaign 2020. Mark Steyn for Rush.